I talk about what is it I've got here? The drug war mongers cartel. And that's not just the Sinaloa cartel. That's the DEA. That's the treatment providers. That's the urine testers. That's the people who build the prisons and guard the prisons. And there are millions of people in America who make their living from this drug war, and they don't want it to end.
Exactly.
And they're the ones that we need to. I would love to do battle with, but they refuse to come on my show. I've contacted the DEA and the FDA and ONDCP and any and everybody, and now they just laugh when I call because they know they're not coming on the show, and they laugh at that silly Dean. He thinks we're going to expose what we are. And I was lucky enough 5 years ago to be invited to Portugal to speak to the European monitoring. I can't get the whole thing down in my head right now, but the European Monitoring Center on Drug Control. And I gave a speech to the top administration and the top scientists. And I gave them pretty much what I just said to you, that we can end this madness. And I was applauded. I was kissed by a couple of the women there. The police chief and the police administrator was there, and we talked for an hour after my speech and laughed at the U.S. drug war. But then they all realized that I had just taken away their reason, their paycheck, and I was then ostracized. I can never go back to the European Monitoring Center on Drugs and Drug Abuse again because I exposed them for what they do. And it's just true everywhere that my thoughts are stymied, are prevented from being in a newspaper article, in a TV program. They don't want to hear from me because I'm speaking logical and I'm taking away the paycheck, even from the broadcasters who make money putting those same pictures of guns and money and drugs on that table. We're about near the end here. Your response there, Sheriff?
I don't disagree with anything you've said. You know, you're absolutely right. They're not going to give you a forum because it takes away everything, basically their life experience. You know, they're valid. That's what they believe, apparently, rightly or wrongly, and so they're not going to give you a forum. So you've got to take your forum where you can, and hopefully in your lifetime or in another lifetime, something will change. You know, I used to say that marijuana is going to be legalized someday. I never thought it would be legalized in my lifetime, and yet it was. And I'm still going. And it was 12 years ago, and in the state of Washington, which really Washington, California, really led the way. So now there are 24 states, Washington D.C. and Guam, that have legalized marijuana, and it's that train is going down the tracks. So things can happen, things can change. We have to be optimistic about that.